I just want to say about the Sean Cox appeal. Of 3 boys here laughing at me while I'm doing this, but I'll try my best. The Sean Cox appeal are interviews that Steve has carried out with ex-Ireland, Liverpool and football stars in general. £5 for 5 interviews, and the first 5 have been released, including Jamie Carragher, Jose Enrique, Brian Kerr. There's 2 others that I can't remember, but £10 then gets you the 15 interviews, which will be released at a later date. Just urge you to get on to lfcdt.com and go to the Sean Cox player and pick and go and listen to them, and they're great. Second thing is, you'll see on the screen there the 3 retros up on the top of the screen. There are new sponsors for this show. There's a competition on the show this week. You have to watch this show as it goes. I'm going to give you clues to a player that you will guess, and then I'll pick at random who the winner is. The winner will be Paddy. You're not the winner. The winner will be chosen at random, and they will get to choose any sort of jersey off the retro site, and that's the prize this week. That'll be happening once a month as we go forward. Right, into the game. With me, I have Gar, I have Big Joe Walsh, and I have Paddy is Life. On your house, Gav. Phil is on the decks. He got himself a new mic, a new stand, it's all happening for Phil there at the moment.
Voiceovers.
He's delighted with himself. But look, lads, let's get into it. I'm going to start off with the lineup because everything went fucking radio rental when the lineup came out. Joe, I'll come to you first. The lineup, when you see it, do you think there's anything else he can do? Fabinho's probably touch and go. Henderson goes to right back. Is there something you've seen coming, or when you're seeing them line up like that, were you thinking, yeah, it was probably the sensible thing to do?
I wasn't expecting Henderson right full. I don't know. Fabinho was carrying a knock, but he brought him on with half an hour to go. So I don't understand that decision. I've never seen Henderson play right full, and then for the goal. He was caught a few times right full on the wraparound, and for the goal, I think if Fabinho or right forward was playing there, he might have prevented it. So unusual decision and bad decision it turned out to be.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised to see, Keita and Shaqiri play, but I suppose needs must. Fabinho obviously had a knock, but comes on in the game, so that's a bit curious. Paddy, you're dying to get in there. The lineup when it came out, me and you were sitting together, and you just shouted all over the place, "Come on, Liverpool!" and you went absolutely mental. Was it a lineup that you thought, yeah, we'll get this done?
I'm the eternal optimist, is the word.
Yeah, Paddy. Yeah, you most definitely are.
I'm always looking at the positives.
Yeah.
The pitch was a bit of a leveller tonight for Leicester. Thought Leicester defended very well, but I thought we were pedestrian, very poor moving the ball. The lineup, Henderson are right full. Obviously, we don't know the ins and outs of the squad. As Joe was saying, if Fabinho had an issue or failed the fitness test, as we heard, I don't think there's anyone else you can really put in there except for the likes of Henderson or Milner, if Milner's available. But listen, all you can do is fucking beat what's in front of you with what you have, and we just weren't good enough tonight. I thought we scored the goal early on, thought we were just going to kick on there and blow Leicester away, but I think we just went dead. 15 minutes into the game, we said yourself, we're watching it, steam just ran out of us. There was no go on the ball.
With so much possession, didn't we, at times? And
70%, I think, was
really
when I was checked last.
If you look through the midfield at times, we know they play five in the middle and they packed it out, but there was really nothing expansive done. There was some nice interchanges at times. But if you look at the whole game, Keita had a few nice patches in the game, but didn't really stand out. And then you've got Wijnaldum play well in there.
Yeah, I thought you did.
Yeah, he done well, in fairness to him. But other than that, look, there's nothing really going on. We didn't test Schmeichel enough. A couple of probably four shots on target. If I'm right, could be, but we didn't test him enough with all that possession. And we're lobbing balls in straight on the Maguire's head all the time.
Yeah. It's, you see, the thing for me was the first 5-10 minutes, me and Paddy were sitting here, and to get the goal early, it's a good goal, it's well worked. I think he might get a bit lucky with his first touch. I think it gets away from him, but it actually fools a few defenders. A great finish. Soon after, Firmino's found at the back post, chests it down, cuts inside. It's actually a good save from Schmeichel. But then I think we got a bit predictable. It was always out the full backs.
Same thing, yeah.
Like Robertson at one stage is looking to put the ball in the box and there was nobody in the box. Yeah. He's having to cut back. Keita is an issue all the time amongst the fan base and how he plays and different things. Like there's another game there now where he's gone into a 2 in midfield. I thought he looked a bit lost. I think he looked a bit in between positions for me tonight. Overall, I thought he was poor. But as the first half goes on, Joe.
Shit, Joe Allen.
As the first half goes on, Joe, they grow into it. they seem to get a handle on our midfield. We seem to lose a bit of shape. Firmino seems to be playing left wing. The three boys in their midfield seem to get a bit more space and they're moving it around better. And he looked a bit more threatening as the half went on.
Yeah, I thought Gray was a threat the whole night with his pace. I don't know, everything was done so slow. The atmosphere was terrible for Wednesday night to go 7 points clear. And people go on about the Anfield atmosphere. It was shy. There was nothing. There was no buzz about it.
Andy and his hands were there.
Andy's hands, yeah.
Take that freezing poor bastard.
Yeah.
And another player, like I know Keita gets criticised and all. Shaqiri again was anonymous. He's not good enough for Liverpool. He's in there because we didn't get the players we want in the summer. He scored a couple of goals. He's done okay, but he's just not good enough. And he's just in and out of that game. He did nothing. Same with a few recent games there. I just thought he's anonymous. He's floating in and out. He takes a touch. I don't think he's not creating enough, not getting on the ball enough, and he's not scoring enough goals.
The thing I've noticed about Shaqiri is when he was coming on and impacting games, he was finding himself, like, not centrally, but, say right of centre in that channel. And tonight he seemed to be very wide trying to create things, the kind of way. And for me, like, I'm not making an excuse for them because I said it to you boys after the final whistle, I thought we were poor. But it's disjointed from front to back. You have Henderson at right back. You have a midfield two that haven't played together. You have Shaqiri then that leads to uncertainty further up the pitch in the likes of Salah, Firmino. Mane I thought was our best player.
Salah was shocking.
but it leads to uncertainty, Paddy, because Shaqiri's probably looking at these two going, do I need to go and give a hand there? Firmino's going, we're not getting covered out on the left hand side, but I'll go out and help there. It leads to uncertainty. Just before I go on, the first clue for the player that you have to guess, he scored 4 goals for Liverpool. I'll go on to clue 2 in a few more minutes. Gar, come here and ask you, the goal Leicester get, right? I'm thinking just get to half time. It's not been a great first half, but we're leading. We started well. It's kind of to and fro. They had a good chance at the back post with Maddison's header and stuff like that. Yeah. But they get the goal. It's a tough one to take, isn't it? It's beyond the injury time. We clear the ball, and you could argue he should blow up. I've seen 1 or 2 people saying that when we cleared it, he should blow up. But it comes back in, and they take advantage. It was a bad blow for us. It's something that we've done to teams a couple of times this season, and it can affect your confidence, can't it, going into half time after losing a goal at that stage.
The second half, it certainly affected us a bit. And in fairness, Leicester became more open in the second half for us to go and attack a bit more, and we just didn't do it, Kevin, at all. And still, confidence-wise, we still looked quite confident, still looked to attack a bit more, but it was the same thing all the time, just going wide and trying to swing balls in. As I said, he was going to Maguire all the time. He was just heading ahead and away. Anthony was dropping in the middle of midfield, seemed to miss because Keita wasn't there, or Shaqiri wasn't there to pick up a loose ball, and there was pot shots going in. There was nothing. There was no diversity in the game, Gav. It was the same thing all the time.
Yeah, it was the same thing all the time. Paddy, for me, another thing, especially second half, was Firmino seemed to get deeper and deeper and deeper. And for me, Firmino should be playing up against these centre halves. In a game like that, Leicester are gradually getting further and further back as the half goes on. He should be up against those centre halves and looking to turn and little balls if Salah's going to stay up there beside him and get Shaqiri to join in. It didn't seem to happen.
We've said it before in the pod a few times. Firmino was probably the most, wouldn't say influential, but he's probably one of the most important out of the top 3 because he occupies defenders to let the other 2 move. And when Fabinho was busy up there, Firmino is busy up there, he makes centre half, he draws centre half to him, which gives the lads space to run in behind the quick little 1-2, little ball popped off into space in behind, and we get the shot off. But tonight, I think it's more out of frustration he kept dropping. Because you'd seen from Klopp, I think Henderson took a throw in and he tried to clip the ball over the top that was offside for me. Klopp lost the fucking plot. Retain the ball. That's one thing that Liverpool we've been this season has been patient.
Yeah.
When we can't break teams down, we recycle the ball, go wide, keep the ball moving. But now it's like we're watching City. I watched a bit of City last night. City just tried to rush it, tried to force it, and just couldn't get the goal. And I think tonight a little bit, as Joe was saying, the atmosphere didn't help. But I don't think we helped ourselves. I think we tried to force the ball, whip the ball in. Harry Maguire's a beast in the air. So whipping balls in, that's bread and butter to him.
Yeah, no, that's...
Do you know what I mean?
That is his bread and butter all day long.
We allowed Leicester's formation dictated. If you look, the 2 centre mids sat deep all game, and then they brought Chowdhury on, who was they're basically 3 defensive
Yeah,
midfielders playing.
yeah. They were actually expected to go with the 3
Yeah, it's
really defensive ones from the start.
I hate giving other sides credit, but you know,
But you have to give them
know,
credit because they've come and they've got to draw
They
at
stopped
Anfield.
Shaqiri, and you know they've Keita. You don't know if you've stopped him or not because he's, you know, as I've said before, he looks like Moreno to me at times. Dog with 2 willies.
Just the clues, next 2 clues. Last game, May 99, won the League Cup in 95 at Liverpool. Any of you have an idea yet? On a player? Last played in 1999. Scored 4 goals at Liverpool, won the League Cup in 95. I'll leave it with just have a think. Joe, Paddy touched on something there a minute ago. When we get to 65, 70 minutes against a team, even if we're drawing 1-1 or winning narrowly, we're running the legs off them. Were you thinking on 65, 70, these will run out of pace now, these will run out of steam, and we'll take over and we'll go on and win this game, as we've seen so many times this season? Yeah,
usually, but tonight, we were talking about it there, watching it. Tonight, I didn't look like that was going to happen. If that and Leicester were probably more dangerous with the ball over the top of Vardy, off Matip's shoulder. No, I didn't isolate Maguire. Like last season, Salah isolated Maguire. Tonight it was just out of the fullbacks whipping the ball in. We were never gonna. I didn't feel like we were gonna break them down. It's just very flat. And I don't know. We've had this break for 10 days. There's no excuse. City last night, the excuse is where they played all the games. What's their excuse?
You see, I was worried about that when this 10, 12 day. I think it might have been 12 days, was it? Something along them lines. When this thing came up about a 12-day break and we needed it because of Fabinho, Trent, Wijnaldum, different things and injuries, I always worry about a Liverpool side to have 12 days off. I like them to be in a rhythm. If you'd have given me 5-6 days off, I would have went, yeah, no problem. And maybe, you know, do without 1 or 2 of them players tonight, but be a bit more on it. I think 12 days, your level can drop a little bit.
That's it. Like, your level's going to drop on, like you were saying, with the conditions of the pitch. Like, the game we played against City in the Etihad, most people are saying that the pitch looked slow, and tonight did the same thing again. The ball was holding up with passes and stuff like that. Now, we're not making excuses, but it does level the game out. It takes biggest asset away from us, which is the speed of the pass, speed of the ball, and that tonight that wasn't there. Whether it was down to the pitch, down to the break, down to just the players not at it. The first 15 minutes we looked at it. After that we didn't. I think Leicester got into the game more and more, got used to the conditions, the crowd quieting down, which is, as we've seen before, and plenty in European night, the crowd can be an extra man. It's an extra fucking goal, like, do you know what I mean? And just tonight, it just wasn't there. From the crowd, from the players, just we weren't at it.
That nervousness spills through a team all the time, especially at Liverpool. We've seen it for years, lads.
But is this the thing of is this the thing of, you know, like, oh, they play forced, or you get to play forced and put pressure on? Now, City didn't last night. I suppose a draw would have been put a different kind of face on this game. Do you think we were affected by that, City losing last night and this big chance for us? Do you think that came into the players at all?
No. I think we're showing nerves against Palace. We showed it tonight, and it's a long 4 months ahead. It's January, and I don't know.
Will you let me call it?
I know I might be sound pessimistic or whatever.
No way, Joe.
No, I'm just speaking facts here.
Yeah, all facts.
We're not ourselves.
I can't wait to have a round,
Already it is looking like we're nervous and all. I don't know. I think there's a long few months ahead.
Right. Look, we started the night 4 points clear. We end the night 5 points clear. Is there any positives to tonight for you guys? Is there anything that you can take out the like Phil's over there and he's a creak in his neck from like going left and right with it. But is there any positives for you? Like, I don't know, we didn't lose the game. Like, you look at tonight, Spurs are 1-0 down, they win 2-1. Spurs are within 7 points of us now.
Gotta do something I never thought I'd do. I think I agree with Phil here. No, it's the only positive you take away from it. And if you look, there's a bit of a look when Firmino nearly scores an OG that you've taken away a point.
Yeah.
You know, you can moan all day about you could have had a pen or this and that, but you can't rely on that crap.
Yeah.
You know, you need to be having shots. We didn't do enough for Gaff.
Yeah.
We were monotonous all the time. It was the same thing all the time. No, to be honest, we got a point. And
yeah.
You know, if you look back in the game, yeah, we've had loads of possession, but we haven't done it with it.
Yeah.
No. If you want to be at the fucking big boys table, tonight is the night you put the fucking the 3
go,
points
you
on the
nail the
board and
coffin,
you go
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
That's what you start doing.
Well, you see,
have to be
I've had a couple of people say to me, like, going back to the City game, a couple of the lads on the WhatsApp group saying, look, that was the day that we should have went and put our foot down on City's throat and tried to put 10 points on it, and we were a bit negative in the midfield lineup. You know, and then tonight, you know, lads are saying after the game, no, this was, and I did say it to talking to Shawnee earlier. I said we need to do our job tonight. We need to nail that City result last night and really come out.
Drive
And
it home.
I would have loved us to go out there and win 3-4-0 and throw shapes walking off the pitch as if they, you know, looking into the BT cameras and going,
But
that's what we're
already the
about.
excuse are out about Henderson had to play right full. Bournemouth beat Chelsea 4-0 tonight. The right full was
Nathaniel Klein.
So why was he allowed going alone?
Well, you
These
see,
are-
you don't know the
these are
things around that, Joe. Like for
Well, I
me,
know.
you know, for me, the way I read the Klein situation was that he wasn't guaranteed game time. And look, let's be honest: if Trent and Gomez are fit, and Milner tonight is fit, Klein's fourth choice. He wants to play football, so it's probably more of a player choice than a club choice. And you just have to take
Well, I'm
you
going to
take
tell
the
you what
blows.
I know, because brother Gizmo, he won't let me saying this, but a chap he works with, his son plays for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And he's
Oh, I know who it is.
right? And he said he knows Natalia Klein, and he said that Klein wanted the move, was in looking for the move. It wasn't Klopp saying that, look, we want you to go. He was looking to play football. Like, at the end of the day, Klein's an England international. He was fucking Liverpool's right full for the last couple of seasons. Like, he wants to play football. And that's it. Like, if a player wants to go, he wants to go. And it's up to the management and the staff to make him stay. But at the end of the day, he wanted to go. That was it.
Yeah, no,
And that's the end of the day. He's making a difference at Bournemouth. He would have made a difference tonight, but unfortunately he's not there, and we have to play with what we have.
okay. Last two clues. Signed in 1992. Signed in 1992, lads. Rosenborg 600,000. I'll leave it with us. Phil is trying his best to
playing
tell
that
people there really well. But lads, let's
Milan Baros, no?
no. Milan Baros, no. I'm not sitting here guessing for 15 minutes. But look, it's a 1-1 draw. As I said, Spurs have won tonight. City lost last night. Arsenal, won, you know, forget all them. They're not part of the conversation. But looking forward a little bit, we've another 5 days now. Is it 5 days to our next game? West Ham away. West Ham are in a bit of trouble form wise. Lost last night. Arnautovic gets injured. I think Fabianski might be injured. Joe, for you, I know the easy thing to say is to win this game.
We won't win it. We're going to drop more points. Tonight was the night we should have won. We're going to drop points against West Ham United.
Right.
And come back, play this back after we drop points, but it won't beat either of them away.
Right, okay.
I just think the way we're playing now, we're just playing within ourselves. The nerves are showing. Klopp will resort to defensive tactics, I think, against West Ham. He might play the more defensive midfielders, and I don't think we beat West Ham.
Okay, for you, Gar, are you looking forward to this game and thinking it's another few days training, you might get someone back in at right full?
Said that Joe was quite worried about going.
Sorry,
out.
Gar, can I just interrupt you?
Yeah.
You wearing a fucking snood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
That's absolutely disgraceful stuff.
Because I was out coaching, is that right?
No, that's never
No,
okay.
it's not alright.
You're Irish. You're not from South America.
Yeah,
You're a
not all.
disgrace.
And he has shorts on.
Tell you what,
Don't have short.
kill that field, we'll start again and he'll have to snoot off when we come back.
Like a poppy god.
Fucking hell, fucking swear to God, fucking lagging jacket on him next week. I don't blame you, actually, it's fucking freezing.
Freezing here.
But no, for you, like, does tonight affect Monday even more again? Does it pile the pressure on us?
Yeah, it does, yeah. Because we're putting more and more pressure on ourselves. Joe's just said it. Against Palace, we put pressure on ourselves. Now, tonight, we've put pressure on ourselves with an abject performance that we're probably capable of doing a lot better, and we've been lucky in a lot of games this season in France. So you go to a Monday night away to West Ham, they've just got battered last night as well. And they're going to come out, dying for a result. We don't know
In front of their own fans after being
yeah,
beaten
of
by women and
course,
stuff.
yeah, and been beaten badly as well.
Yeah.
We don't know what story with Arnautovic's injury.
He's out, yeah.
He left the ground on crutches last night with a protective boot on. That's all I heard from today.
If Fabianski is injured, it's a good sign. He's been quite good for them as well, in fairness to him, but I still worry about him.
Yeah. Paddy, I haven't seen the post-match interviews or anything like that. What way do you think Klopp dresses this up? What way does he go in
The other
interviews?
goes about it two ways. The other says, listen lads, didn't play that well. We got a point, but still 5 points clear. That's the positive. Or he brings them into the dressing room and absolutely tears strips off them. It's not good enough. It's not quick enough. If you want to win the title, it needs to be better. And that's it. Like, do you know what I mean? It's fucking, it's either shit or get off the pot now.
Yeah.
And it's make or break time.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, as Joe said, it's a long fucking road in, but as long as you maintain the gap, tonight we could have had a comfortable gap. A loss, we're all right. If we lose and City win, it's 2 points, then it's fucking game by game. Do you know what I mean? So we need to fucking, he needs to turn around and say, right, if you want to be fucking title winners, or you want to be title contenders, you need to start putting results on the board. West Ham is a tough game. Then I think we have United, is it? Is it West Ham then United? Bournemouth, sorry.
Yeah, West Ham, Bournemouth, United, yeah.
But if I was Jurgen Klopp, I'd be saying to the boys, right, tonight wasn't good enough. It needs to be better. We go in, we work on it, we get a game plan ready for West Ham. Hopefully the likes of Trent, Gomez is back around the squad, stuff like that. Start getting players back in. As Joe's point was perfect earlier on. Nathaniel Klein is playing for fucking Bournemouth. He should be still at the club, but we have to work with what we have.
Hi, Gavin.
Hi, Phil.
Everyone's opinion here is that the lads' heads have gone and need to calm down.
Everyone's head's gone and we need to calm
on
down.
The Periscope.
Oh, on the Periscope, people think that everyone's head's gone, we just need to calm down. So you're completely against what's being said on the Periscope, am I right?
No. I'm just seeing the ultimate fruition of what I've said will happen all along.
What we said.
Sorry, what we said.
Dr. Doom and Professor Chaos, by the way. Two lads,
Yeah.
Gar's on board now as well.
You can fuck off.
You can fucking keep him with that fucking snout. Fuck that.
Welcome to the dark side of the force.
Phil has a black bag of revels here. He's going to tuck into down in a minute. Sorry, the competition. The winner. You still don't know the player?
I know the player.
Who was it?
Stephen Garby.
Yeah, you read it on the Periscope.
No, I didn't.
Hang on.
All right. Well, it was.
Can I ask? See, everyone's going, where's this voice coming from? Gav, can I ask, how do people win this competition? Is it just
I've just told you. I told you at the start. No, he didn't win. The winner of the competition.
Well done, Gar.
The winner of the competition is he's on there. I have his name. I swear. I do have his name. I didn't fuck up. His name is there. It is
Mike Murphy is turning in his grave.
At Hustler Frankie wins it. Marty
Frankie can't be.
At Hustler Frankie was the first man in with Stig Inge Bjornaby. He's the winner.
Did he spell it right?
What? Yeah, Stig Inge Bjornaby. Yeah.
Check it.
At Hustler Frankie is the winner of the competition.
Good man, Frankie.
Frankie, we will put you into contact with 3 Retro, and they'll run through what you win and how you claim it and how this.
Marty won a snoot.
Basically, snoot. a retro snoot.
Gar snoot. He's had around his balls for most of the night.
Sponsored by Instagram. But no, he wins that. Have you seen 3 Retro Site? It's all the old retro jerseys. It's deadly from all over the world. It's brilliant. So you can basically pick any jersey on there as a prize. Thanks to 3 Retro for that.
Even Steve Staunton's training jersey as manager for Ireland.
Yeah.
Deadly.
Yeah. Signed by Steve Staunton. Deadly. Yeah. You have to go to Dundalk to pick it up though. Now look, lads, it's a 5-point gap. I'm trying to look at the positive of it, but I know where you're coming from, Joe. Tonight was a night that we needed to go and really nail our colours to a mast and say this is us and this is how good we are.
Another good thing, Gav, is look at City's next 3 games as well.
Yeah, you look at next 3. Yeah, but City could easily turn around just wipe the floor with them. I don't know. I'm going to try.
The same about Newcastle.
No, I know we did. I know we did because I think both teams are starting to show a bit of nerves early. That's my opinion on it. We should be beating Leicester, and let's be honest, City 9 times out of 10 beat Newcastle last night. I think both teams are affected by each other. Do you see this ongoing, or do you see both teams getting back on track and it just being, straight at it to the end?
But when City slip up like that, they're the times you have to be taking advantage.
That's when you're clinical.
Yeah.
Clinical, yeah.
I don't know. I can't say. Just certain games now I'm particularly worried about. But Bournemouth at home, not so much, because I think they suit us. I've said that before, the way they play. But teams that sit in and all like that, and with the way we played the last couple of games, silly defensive mistakes, and not looking anywhere near our best up top, I don't know. I'm worried. Now, listen, I still have it as a 50-50 title.
I asked you for percentages of the day. You're still on 50-50.
I have it around 50-50, but I'm not.
Carl said he's been up nights eating toast and drinking tea, and he had pencils, set squares, compasses out, the whole lot, and he's had the whole lot out, and he reckons we're doing 98 points, I think he said. So he's gonna have to.
He can't even fucking spell set square, that fucker. Never mind using.
Well, look, that's what he's claiming. That's what he's claiming. He has no people in the house to back that up, but that's what he's claiming, because apparently he's no friends, so called degrees. But look,
Gavin, are Spurs back in it now? Only 7 points off top.
You'd have to
Well,
say
and
they
have to come to Anfield.
Well, you see,
Discuss.
the thing is, well, you would. Well, all right.
discussion.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. If we'd have won tonight and went 7 clear of City, right? Would you still say City were in it?
Yeah.
So Spurs would have to be in it then.
Spurs have a fucking big red cross on the side of the stadium. There's that many lads injured, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but there's still 7 points. So 7 points.
I don't
Is
think- I
7
don't.
points to Spurs a lot different to 7 points to City, I
Yeah, 'cause
suppose.
City is a different animal.
Yeah,
A different machine.
yeah.
And look at Spurs.
And look at
Spurs,
Spurs has fallen
Spurs
over the
will
last
drop
few
silly
months.
points. Yeah. No, I don't think Spurs are. It's a 2-horse race.
Yeah. Oh, you agree, Paddy? 2 horse race?
definitely, yeah.
Gar?
Now, don't get me wrong. Spurs are a decent side, and they are better than everyone else around them. Like, and they're on par with the likes of Chelsea and Arsenal and stuff like that. But Liverpool and City are streets ahead. And and we've said it before that City get into a rhythm of winning games, and they just keep trugging on, getting points. Now we've been doing that. We've been scraping games, beating everything last minute and stuff like that. I think the little bit of nerves is kicked in for us. It's fucking squeaky bum time, as you'd say. So it's either set you're on with a shit and get off the pot. It's one or the other. We need to just win the fucking next game, whether it's 1-0, 5-0, or fucking 8-0. Who gives a fuck? Win the next game, and that's it.
You need to be looking to take 7 from the next 3, don't you?
We need to look to be flawless at the end of the season. That's it.
If you want, you need to beat West Ham, beat Bournemouth, and draw with United and take that 7. What I mean by that, I know Joe's raising his eyebrows there, but what I mean by that is that 7 points would you're looking at you're being at least 5 clear, I think,
So
at the end of the game.
what's City's next 3 games?
Everton, Arsenal, and
Chelsea.
But Chelsea got hockey tonight. Arsenal poor last night. Gar, I'm a big Henderson fan. I don't know if anyone knows that, but for me, looking at that tonight, I can't wait for Fabinho and Wijnaldum to be back in the midfield as the 2 in the midfield, simply because in them games like today, I thought Leicester got out a bit easy when they won the ball. I think they found spaces in the midfield that we don't usually give away. So
more mobility in the tournament.
It's just when we camp a team in, them 2 are really good at breaking things up, winning it back, and recycling it really quickly.
2 of them are really good in the ball retention wise, moving the ball around. They don't look to do the same pass all the time, Gav. They vary it up all the time in fairness. Whereas Henderson, we now will always probably more likely look to the fullbacks, and we go from there. We know he's probably he's told to do it by Klopp.
Yeah.
But the 2 guys will generally, try and break lines a bit. Both are good at carrying the ball as well, and go by a player in France. I like seeing the 2. Anytime we've had the 2 of them in the midfield, we've always looked really well in there as well. Yeah,
for me, over the last couple of weeks, I've really liked Wijnaldum and Fabinho because of their energy, because especially when we're on top, they seem to pen teams in, and Fabinho in particular, just Wijnaldum will hold the ball off anyone, but Fabinho will nip in and win it and tackle, and he's hard and he gets it going again.
I think we press higher with Fabinho. I think we press 10 yards higher than we do with Henderson and Milner in there.
Yeah, I just think
that's a hard thing for teams to do, for other teams to do, as the analysis all fucking on Sky and stuff like that. If they turn Air Force press, then we're in the spot.
Yeah, because if you look at the Palace game, I think it was Fabinho Henderson played, and then tonight you have Wijnaldum.
On his own,
and Keita. So you haven't seen. So I've noticed over the last 2 games when them 2 haven't played together that teams are finding them spaces where they're able to. It's literally one ball out of defence, and they're in around the midfield, and there's gaps. And Palace, Palace, got in behind us for the first goal last week, and then tonight I thought Leicester got into some good positions, and probably their final ball wasn't great. But I think Fabinho getting back, and especially in midfield, if we can sort that right back issue out, I think that's the way to go. Lads, I'm going to finish it up, and how are you feeling now? 5. I know how Joe's feeling. Joe's fucking raging.
Joe's been smashed his fucking studio in half a year.
But how do you see it now? Let's look. I'm looking forward to now up to the end of February. I think United is our last game in February, isn't it? And before we play Everton in the derby. So if you look at now,
Gavin, can I ask, right?
Yeah, of course you can.
Because you haven't addressed it here at all tonight, right? Bringing Lallana on when we need a goal. Anyone make any sense of that?
I was just about to say, the worrying thing is, attacking wise, we have everyone available, and Lallana, and attacking wise, we have everyone available, and Lallana and Sturridge are 2 players we're bringing on. 2019 now, and the two crocks that don't contribute anything.
And it's literally the last 4 months of the Liverpool career.
The only different thing you could do there is you bring Origi and Sturridge on and just go for it. Like,
Worked against Everton, didn't it?
Well, you know what the thing is? The thing is with Origi would be probably your best option up front if we are going wide and putting her in the box, as opposed to a Salah or Firmino. He has got a bit, and he's a bit of spring on him, and he can get ahead on it.
I know I've criticised Shaqiri. I like Shaqiri coming off the bench because he can.
He's an impact player.
Teams are tired. He can contribute. So, but at the moment he's in first choice, unfortunately.
Yeah, Damo Flood said that we settled for a draw when Lallana come on. He's a septic player. I see Damo still full of the joys of spring.
He said he's in Camp Joe as well. So Joe, you want to fucking change your tune quickly?
Camp Joe, yeah, Joe, you want to? I tell you, especially when he starts giving you them fucking tips for horses. But
can I ask a question?
Yeah, well, you've asked fucking 18 so far, so you might as well ask another one.
Yeah, I love asking questions.
It's just that new mic you're talking.
I know, yeah, it's deadly. But
you should bring it home with you.
I never watch these shows at all, right?
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't say them.
Half the time you don't be watching them when you're on them.
No, is this what you do all the time?
No.
That's the only question.
No, you usually smoke and drink.
All right, Grant. Can we do that the next time?
Yeah.
All right.
I do smoke and drink every week, but you won't let me.
When is transfer
some sort
deadline
of
day?
fire hazard. Is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
It's 20. Is it today the 30th?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, tomorrow 11 p.m. We're not doing that. Ian Ayres locked up Melwood now.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
We've increased our lead tonight. We haven't lost.
Yeah.
It might be the start of our little wobble, but if you're still keeping increasing your leads when you're in your little wobble, is that not a good thing?
Now, I'm going to say this.
Fucking Dr. Doom was
Hold
after taking
on.
so much.
I tell you, he must be snorting the insulation over there. So I don't know what's going on. Now, funny you say that, Phil, because we had a conversation here at the start of December. Well, I don't know who it was, one of the Phils. But yeah, we had a conversation here on a pod early December, going on through the games that were on December, and I said, come out of the Etihad 2 behind, and come out of the Derby 2 behind, and I'm all for it. I'll take that all day. There's a possibility we come out of that Derby and we're level with City. You know, if this is our wobble, like Phil says, would you take it now? Would you take coming out of the Derby after the Everton game with the running we have?
That's our wobble.
And that's our wobble, yeah.
And then we win the rest of the game.
Well, I don't know. You still have Spurs and Chelsea to come to Anfield.
I think, as we said earlier on, if you want to be at the fucking big boys table, go and win your fucking games. It's as simple as that.
Right.
There's no room for error now.
Yeah.
Go and win your games.
Yeah.
Simple.
Well, Joe's got his Man City Champions 2019 tattoo all lined up and all.
Listen, if we're 10 points clear with 3 games to go, the pots are still gone.
Yeah.
We're going to shit ourselves.
Davos still behind the sofa with a big share bag of
We're going to
beans.
shit ourselves. We started in January. I expected it maybe March or April, but it started in January, so...
Well, at least what happens now, Joe, we can fucking try and pick it back up.
But the gas thing is, Joe, like you're saying that, right? And all we've done is draw the game tonight.
You
know, at Palace game, I said the same.
We won them.
I know.
And you know, but you know what the gas thing is, Joe. I've watched United's teams, Arsenal teams, Chelsea teams, City teams. Well, yeah, City teams win titles over the last 10, 12 years. And if you don't play well and you win, match of the day are telling you are the best thing in the world. They didn't play well and they still won. It's a sign of champions. Now, I'm not saying it's a sign of champions, but I'm saying we played badly against Palace and we still won the game. We haven't played well there tonight. There's been a couple of factors around that with players positionally different things. I wouldn't call it a wobble yet. Now, don't get me wrong. If West Ham comes out and it's a draw, and then you're going to a Bournemouth game where you really kind of have to win to try to hold your nerve, then I would say it's a wobble. But I don't think it's a wobble just yet, Joe. I think you're overreacting, and I think you should.
I'm saying
I think you should cop yourself on as well.
All day I said we wouldn't win this game. I'm not reacting because that. I just feel.
How much did you have in the draw, Joe?
What?
How much did you have in the draw? Come on, tell us.
No, I backed 3-1 because all you fucking idiots said 3-1.
What are you listening to us,
Joe,
for?
This correlation in form, do you not think it comes with the Lovren and Gomez injury? Despite the whole world thinking that Lovren is shite, we've lost Lovren, we lost Gomez, who are 2 backup centre backs.
Yeah. And one's a right foot as well. Gomez,
yeah.
And certainly miss Gomez.
And Trent. You've missed Trent.
I think with Gomez is a massive miss because of his pace. And I think it's and what's underrated in Gomez is actually his aggression. He's aggressive in the air. He's aggressive on the ground. He's quick. He's quite an intelligent footballer. He's not bad on the ball. He's improved on that because of the way he's played at right back over the last year to 18 months, and left full, I suppose, before that when he started. Gomez is a massive miss. The Trent miss. When Gareth talks about going wide with the ball, Trent's delivery is brilliant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he can cut onto his left and do the same.
And I don't think we would have conceded that goal this evening if Trent or Gomez was playing right full.
Yeah, it's basically Gomez.
Henderson was 5 yards outside of Van Dijk with no player there. He was positionally, and I'm not going to. I'm a fan of Henderson. I'm not going to blame Henderson, but he was in no man's land. He wasn't marking anyone. He wasn't on the wraparound. He was just standing out there. So yeah, I would think we missed Trent as well as Gomez. Yeah, Gomez is outstanding.
Yeah, I think Gomez is. For me, like he was playing, he was on form there before he gets the injury, and like you were talking about him as much as you were talking Van Dijk every week. Now Van Dijk is he's Rolls Royce.
Sorry, Gav, the only worry for me is Keita. It just doesn't look like he's going to pick up form, or he's just not going to get going at all.
Like Phil, I left Phil in on this because Phil has this thing that he's just a new Joe Allen. Phil, well, Phil, honestly, but do you have a bit of sympathy for the player because he's being shifted around in different positions on top of different formations as well? Do you have any sympathy for him, or do you just think we've got a player here that could be low in confidence, not settled, or is he just not what everybody thought he was? Like genuinely, I know we mess a lot, but
no, I said it last week and I'll stick to it. Right, we're not playing the system that we signed him for. If we don't play him in the system that you signed him for, he could be a Sturridge, he could be a Torres, and that he fits one type of system. If he doesn't play in that system, he struggles to fit into a different system. Right, and I've seen some people say tonight he did all right, but I'm sorry, at 57 million and you haven't put in a decent performance since the sun went in back in September. It's just not good enough. I know he's carried injuries. I know there's a lot of hope. I'm not saying that we should sell him, right? Because I don't think you sell a player when his worth is at its lowest, and his worth will be at its lowest at this point in time, right? But I'm struggling to see, unless we revert to a 4-3-3 where he can just go and maraud around midfield without any real tactical requirement.
I think that's where away games he comes into, when it's a bit more open and he has got that room. Because I said last week, and I don't know if you agree, but we were playing a lot of teams that are playing these 9-10 players behind the ball, packing the midfield and packing them areas where he wants to go, Joe. He wants to get into these gaps. And you've seen it a couple of times tonight. He did try and move through the midfield in the first half.
Should have had a penalty.
And he tries to move through the midfield in the first half, Joe, and it's a decent tackle on him. But do you think it's hard for him to get into a game where he's looking for them, 10 yards behind the guy where he can just go at that space?
His confidence is low. Now, I still hold out hope from. I wouldn't write him off.
You hold out. Hang on, you hold out hope for Markovic. You told me that before this podcast started. So your hope is not that. Is like very
liberal.
liberal.
For 23, should they?
Did, yeah.
No, I still think I'd give him time. He's only, but he costs a lot of money. That's the issue here, and he hasn't really had too good. Start of the season, he started okay, but since then he's been.
I remember him away to Burnley. I thought he was very good in it too in midfield.
Away to Palace, he was excellent.
And it was the Burnley game was an open game of football, so it worked for him.
His ceiling isn't that high though, because he's not that tall. He's like you.
It's the same ceiling as me. I live with him. We live in a bungalow with Joe Gomez
in the Shire.
In the Shire, yeah, that's it. Fucking scaring ladders. But look, lads, we are going to finish it up now. I'm still alright. I think 5 points. It's more than 4. That's the way I look at it, and I'm great on that.
It's less than 7.
It's less than 7, but it's more than 4.
As many as 10.
Take it, just take it and move on. And the West Ham game will tell us a lot. I think. Would you agree, Gar?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a whim here and say we get 9 points next 3 games.
Oh yes, come here, hit me. Put the fucking snail back on. You can do what you want, kid.
Feels good. Me with a few minutes go.
Joe, next 3 games, big, massive. Gets us through to the end of February. What do you think for the next 3 games?
Points wise, 4.
4. You absolute prick.
I think West Ham beat us. I think United draw and beat Bournemouth.
Okay, and for
7, 2 wins and a draw.
2 wins and a draw.
Yeah,
Phil?
we draw with United.
No points.
No points.
Nipwa.
You watch too much of the Eurovision. Nipwa. No, nothing. Fuck off.
No point.
You're not in Russia. You're not getting.
I look at it this way: if we reckon we get no points, anything we get is a bonus from here, and I can sit on Twitter and go, "We're doing well."
We got a bit more. Swear to God,
we got a bit more than what we expected.
Do you know what? The amount of people that take that prick seriously, right?
I know.
Like go absolutely rasher. Do you know what I mean? I tell you, I'm gonna drop him into a WhatsApp group during the week, and it's gonna be mayhem. I reckon around Monday or around 4 o'clock. Do you know when things start coming out about? Oh, was he now? Yeah. Sorry, the last thing before we go, right? Training. Right? He didn't train. I did train. Did we do train twice a day and all? Stop fucking worrying about training. We had this conversation the other day on the WhatsApp.
Training,
right?
I was training on Monday.
No, I know. You were training. Did you train twice that day?
Not once.
No, because this Virgil van Dijk thing happened during the week, and he was training, he wasn't training, he was sick and all, and people pretending he knew what the team was at 4 o'clock today. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Right? So people need to calm down, right? Stop looking at training pictures and trying to guess who's there and who's not there. That's our little bit of advice to you.
I think when he took a picture of the training session, I think Lucas Lavea was still in the fucking background with a bib on. Was that old? Was
I
it?
told one of the lads, I've seen a picture, and Fabinho was standing to the right of Van Dijk as you're coming out of the dressing room, so he's definitely right back.
Sure, Markovic is playing.
Markovic playing right back that day.
Yeah, yeah.
He had the yellow bib on.
The yellow bib.
Yeah.
Had he got a snoot on?
No, I had a
The
massive
yellow
on.
vest. He went on a march after it. Markovic was having a march around Melwood, demanding equality with the
I
rest of
miss
the
Adam
footballers.
Bogdan. I missed Adam Bogdan on Instagram was the best. He used to be on the mezzanine up over Melwood, and it was just constantly pictures of looking out at the players training, and he had a salad and an orange juice in front of him. This went on for about 6 months every day. Like, you know, not
Was
even a
he
player
just
anymore.
injured that fella? or what
No, it
happened?
was I think he just had a contract, and he went, "Listen,
I'm gonna
go on
eat the
over
salad.
there, will you?" You know
There's
what I
a
mean?
colour book and pencils. Knock yourself out.
He's up,
Yeah.
he's up at Hibs now. He got Neil Lennon sacked.
Yeah. He's some boy, that fella. But look, no, that's it. That's the final whistle. What day is today? Wednesday.
Wednesday. Holiday.
The Fatback 4, we're going to try get something out on Sunday evening. It'll be Periscope only. There won't be a download.
Won't
to
be
it.
watching Super Bowl.
You won't be
on
watching. You don't
Sunday.
watch anything.
Super Bowl's on
It's on
Sunday.
at 4 o'clock in the
Super
morning.
Bowl's on Sunday.
Prediction for Super Bowl, Phil.
They throw it at each other.
Not necessarily.
No?
No, not if they
Go on,
try.
use your prediction.
I think they might. I think the Rams are going to try power run their way through the Patriots. Everyone's expecting them to go past them, but they won't. But I still I have a sneaky that the Pats just managed to get themselves across the line.
I agree. I have
agree,
watched a total of 3 NFL games this season.
He's speaking of
2
fucking
of
Arabic
them
game.
were last week
On
because Phil
weekend.
said, "Stay up and watch them." And I went, "Okay," because I just sometimes I do what Phil says, believe it or not. And I watched them, and I'm like, yeah, I'm all over the Pats now.
Who's doing the halftime show?
Johnny Logan and Johnny Logan and the Unbelievables. I don't fucking know.
Crystal Swing, and they not doing it?
If Crystal Swing on the halftime show,
Imagine that.
I'd stay up. I'd record just that bit and watch it.
He
on a
drinks
loop.
tequila, she talks
I
dirty in
tell you,
Spanish.
I'm gonna get
Hey,
home.
Johnny Lawson.
I'm meeting
And
Shawnee-
Dar Swing,
I'm
you
meeting
never see
I'm
Dar
meeting
Swing.
Shawnee on Sunday
Oh yeah,
to watch it. Yeah, we're going
Sinnott.
to town to watch it. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
roll shed.
What?
That we've got
Sinnott.
a
No,
roll
we're going
shed.
to going to Sinnott's.
Oh,
You
right.
know?
Yeah, Sinnott's.
Right,
Sinnott's.
look lads, that's been
And
the
I'm
fun
wearing
with-
shoulder pads and I'm going to wear a helmet and everything. I am. It's the safest way to get home when you're locked out.
Fucking
running
the
into
little
walls
Kelly
and
statue down the road for the green.
Offensive lineman going up
You
against
should
the
get one of them
fence.
t-shirts. Remember your man how fat it had the I Shot JR t-shirt and just draw the Nike on the side of it. You know the 2 Nike symbols and just walk in. But look, now that's it. Final whistle. As I said, Fatback 4 on
We're
Sunday.
down 5 around the half time.
Fuck off.
There you go.
Oh, I'll be doing something else there. Fatback 4 on Sunday. The club will be back on Monday.
Monday live after the game.
Yes.
We'll be there at half time as well.
Half time and probably some FIFA as well before, because that's how we roll.
We'll probably play FIFA if the game goes as Joe.
Well, to be
predicted.
honest with you, we played FIFA last week and Andy had a fucking breakdown because of all he was
1-1
controlling
draw.
was his goalkeeper, and Phil was playing for a 1-1 draw and was really annoying him. But no, that's it. They'll be back on Monday. Thanks again to 3 Retro, our new sponsors for this show. As I said, the Sean Cox Fund. Go on to lfcdt.com and look it up. and
/support Sean / the first 5 interviews are up there. The next 5 should be ready to go by the middle of next
That's a
week.
long URL.
What?
That's a long URL.
I know, if they just go on to lfcdt.com,
That's what I
they'll
said.
see it there. And if they just look at our Twitter feed, because nobody goes onto the website, they'll see it there as well.
Yeah.
See the link. Touch the link.
Pin tweet. Yeah, all right. Okay, Gareth, thanks a million. Joe, thanks a million. Paddy, thanks a million. Phil, great having you.
Go fuck yourself.
I've been Gav. That's been the final.